And that administrative drag, it's not just annoying, it's what the source calls an income risk.
Because every single hour you spend filing a contract or, chasing an invoice is an hour you can't bill for.
Exactly.
So today we're doing a deep dive into The Freelancer's Guide to Automation with Make.com by Angelito Virey. And the promise is, well, it's pretty big, building a digital assembly line that lets one person do the work of a small team.
Without hiring anyone. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Virey's argument is that we need to stop building the car from scratch for every new client. We need to build the factory first.
And that factory is Make.com. So for people who might be used to simpler tools like if this, then that, how is this different?
Think of those as a simple light switch. On, off. Make.com is more like a circuit board. It's visual. You literally drag and drop these little modules to create these really complex multi-step workflows.
So it can handle branching logic and things like that?
Yeah, exactly. It's not just a one-to-one connection. It can make decisions along the way.
Okay, so the guide breaks the mechanics down into two core ideas: triggers and actions.
Simple concepts, but that's where the power is. A trigger is just the starting gun. So let's say a client signs a contract on your website. That's the trigger.
And the action is what the robot does.
Precisely. But the magic is in chaining a bunch of actions together from that one single trigger.
Which is a perfect lead-in to the client onboarding use case. I feel this one personally because I always forget to send the welcome package.
We all do. And that's where this digital assembly line idea really shines. So in Virey's model, that signed contract, the trigger, it kicks off a whole chain reaction.
Okay, so walk me through that chain. What happens first?
All right, so step one, contract gets signed. Instantly, step two. The system sends a personalized welcome email. You don't even have to think about it.
Okay, and then?
Then step three, it pulls the client's info from the contract and puts it right into your compliance tracker or spreadsheet. No more copy pasting.
Wow.
And then it creates a task in your project manager to issue an official receipt. And finally, it creates a brand new, correctly named cloud folder just for that project.
So a process that normally takes, 25 minutes of scattered work?
Becomes 0 minutes. And it's error-free. You're never going to misspell a client's name in a folder again because the system just copied it.
Speaking of error-free, the guide really focuses on the finance side, too, with this payment-to-project workflow. It seemed aimed squarely at audit anxiety.
It is. And he uses the Philippine BIR tax requirements as the example, which, well, for anyone who knows, is notoriously strict.
So if it can work for that system...
It can work anywhere. The idea is to protect your cash flow. You get a payment notification, right? From an email or maybe an SMS. That immediately triggers an update in your project board, moving that client to in progress. And this is the crucial part. It logs the income in a master Google Sheet.
So when tax season rolls around, you're not digging through a year's worth of emails for receipts.
It's just there. Real-time logging. You're basically audit-proof by default.
I do appreciate, though, that the author included some golden rules of what not to do, because the temptation is there to just automate everything.
Oh, yeah. And rule number one is huge. Don't automate high-touch relationships. You do not want a robot negotiating your contract.
Right. Or sending a sorry for your loss email because it picked up a keyword. Yikes.
Exactly. Keep the human in the loop for judgment. The second rule is don't over-engineer. Start with the most boring, high-frequency tasks first. Don't build a massive, complex system that you can't even remember how it works.
You've just created a new, more complicated job for yourself.
You have. And the final rule was about resilience, about error handling.
Which sounds technical.
It is, but it's vital. If a step in the chain fails, say your cloud drive is full and it can't create a folder, the system has to tell you. You need an alert, an email to yourself, something. Otherwise, things fall through the cracks and you can't trust it.
So the bottom line, the whole goal here is what he calls time leverage. It's not about being lazy.
No, it's about capacity. It's about freeing yourself up to do the work that actually makes you money, the work you love.
You get rid of the administrative churn, and you can suddenly take on another client or just do better work for the ones you have.
Exactly.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. If you could automate your single most hated recurring task today, what high-value work or, just life would you replace it with tomorrow?